The infamous bench press. How much you bench? Who gives a Just kidding. But the bench press is an essential exercise. It's one of the top 6, one of the big 6 exercises that we here at Body formulate our programming around and at least use as a foundation to basic human movement and big compound movements that you should learn and be skilled at. Because there's variations of these exercises, but you need to know the function of how the exercise is performed, and then you can build from it, just like anything else, right? Not that complex, but there is some ingredients that you should be paying attention to. With the chest press, with the bench press, ideally you're looking to use more of your upper back and shoulder area back here. A little bit of anatomy, and joint functions, which again, the AMP principles are muscular, muscle grouping and pairing and using every muscle in the body, but also making sure that joint functions are coming into play with these, especially with these major exercises, and making sure you have all joints moving throughout each program. What I mean by that is the chest press, the bench press, is really scapula or shoulder blade function. Right? It's not just an exercise for your chest, your delts, and your triceps. It's not only an exercise for that. Actually, your upper back is a big part of it. Your lats are a big part of it. So when you're putting yourself in position, you think about, pinching your elbows back on the bench and getting that shoulder primed up for your bench press, number 1. Number 2, let's get down here. Every bar has a little smooth part in the center and then almost like a grip tape on the outside. So when you're lining yourself up, what I do is I line my thumbs up on that line, I extend all my fingers, and then I wrap my hands around the bar. Okay, I don't suggest doing this kind of, we call this death grip, when you're putting your thumbs over the bar. You really want to think about wrapping your hands under the bar and learning how to grip that barbell. Now, for an advanced lifter, personally, I've been doing thumbs over like this for many, many years. I feel comfortable under the bar, but that's a disclaimer for you. Beginners, I don't suggest doing that thumbless grip. We'll call it a thumbless grip. Okay, that being number 1, start with that. Now you're in the center of the bar. Now think about, in order to activate those lats and upper back area that we were talking about, once you're in position with that barbell, think about rotating your shoulders outward. And you see how I'm not going to break the bar in half, obviously, but I'm trying to emulate breaking that bar in half, as if I was snapping it in half. And what that's going to do is going to externally rotate my shoulders a little bit and get my lats primed up. So think about this. Okay, my hands are moving with my shoulders. Obviously, when I'm under the bar, my hands aren't going to move as much, but think about rotating outward. That's going to help that lat get fired up. It's also going to put your chest in a good position to be, efficient with the movement. For maximum efficiency, I should say. All right, so we're lined up here. Okay, now think about gripping that barbell, pinching your shoulder blades back, keeping your elbows pointing toward your waist. Gently touching your chest and then pressing back up. You see how there's arch in my lower back? That's fine. Some powerlifters really arch that back. I don't believe in excessively arching it, especially for general fitness, but I do believe in maximizing that lat activation. And think about using that back as a primary source of strength for your chest press, not just your shoulders and chest. So here, nice proud chest. I don't believe in bouncing. I believe in nice and controlled in every exercise that we do. I also don't believe in completely locking out my elbows. I think it puts too much pressure on your elbows and it takes tension away from the muscles. I'm a bodybuilder. I believe in building muscle. I don't believe in hurting my joints. So I want to build muscle. I want to keep as much tension on that muscle as possible without bending or without maximizing my elbow strain. You don't want to lock out your elbows. Keep tension on the chest and proceed with your range of motion for your chest press. That's number, 12 or so. Things that you should look out for, things that you should not do. Elbows out like this. You're using more of your chest and shoulders in a bad way for your bench press. It's just not really good for your shoulder to be in that position. Whereas here, it's more natural. Bring that bar to the middle of your chest, and then press up. Think about the muscle fibers in your pec. It's like a fan, right? Act like my fingers are like muscle fibers, right? So when your elbows are pointing down and you press up, it's going with the grain, so to speak. When your elbows are flared out like this, it's just a lot of tension on your upper shoulder and too much pressure that you don't need to be dealing with bench press in order to make the bench press effective. But that is a trailer version on the bench press. Key ingredients for you to prevent injury and also maximize the exercise. How much you bench?